just to fully recreate the TikTok. It literally oozes out. 10 out of 10. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be trying out some TikTok recipes that I have been eyeing off and that I've wanted to try, and I'm just going to try out some of them. So they're all kind of like snack based because I find that's what I'm most attracted to in a TikTok recipe. I want to see like kind of hacks and things that are a bit unusual, whereas I use like YouTube and Instagram more for like proper recipes. So anyway, I'm going to be trying out some snacks today. So the first couple of recipes I wanted to try were these roll-ups. So I've seen this a couple of times before on YouTube where they make like French toast roll-ups, but these ones aren't French toast. They're just putting stuff in bread and then rolling it up and putting it in the air fryer. So I'm really excited to try that with some vegan cheese. So I don't often buy vegan cheese because I'm not a big cheese person, but I made pizza yesterday and it was so good, and now I have leftover cheese. So we're gonna make firstly a little cheese roll-up. So literally the only ingredients you need are a piece of bread, some cheese, and then some pizza sauce to dip it in. So the recipe did say to dip it in the pizza sauce, but I'm gonna go a little bit rogue and actually spread the pizza sauce on the bread and then the cheese and roll it up, because I think that's just gonna taste so much better than dipping it in the sauce. So I will get started on that and I will let you know how it tastes. So step one is to roll out your bread nice and thin. I chose to keep the crusts on, but you can take them off if you'd like. And then I spread my thin layer of pizza sauce and added in some vegan cheese. And then all you have to do is roll it up, and it's as simple as that. So for the second recipe, we're trying this delicious sounding peanut butter chocolate roll up. So it's a very similar process, but we're just using peanut butter and chocolate as the filling. So here I am rolling out my bread. I decided to cut off the crust for this one because I just wanted to see if there was any kind of difference in the texture or taste of it. I did eat the crusts, don't worry, they didn't go to waste. And then I'm just putting on a thin layer of peanut butter as well as some pieces of dark chocolate. I'm just using the Panna organic dark chocolate here, which is incredible, by the way. And then you just roll it up, again as simple as that. And I just kind of pressed down the side where the seam is to make sure it didn't kind of jump open on me when it was cooking. And then I'm just putting them both into an air fryer at 200 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes. All right, so while our roll-ups are in the air fryer cooking away, we are going to try and make the peanut butter dip. So this recipe seems really, really good because it's a great way to, you know, have more of a peanut buttery flavored thing. So obviously peanut butter is amazing and should be a part of your diet. Well, not everyone, obviously not if you're allergic to peanuts, but you know, it's a great thing to include in your diet. It's got loads of healthy fats in it, especially when you have like a brand that's just 100% nuts, doesn't have any added oils and sugars. But peanuts and nuts in general do have a quite high calorie density, so you can't really sit there and like eat half a jar of peanut butter because that's like could be your whole day's worth of calories. So instead we can make it go further by mixing it with some yogurt as well as some other things. So let's give this one a go. I'm very, very hopeful about this one. So here is the original recipe from TikTok from a creator called Nicole the Nomad. This recipe looks super delicious, but as you'll see shortly, I have slightly changed some of the ingredients just to reflect what I had available to me and what I like to eat. All right, so I am not following the recipe 100% because one, I'm dairy free, so I'm gonna be using a coconut milk yogurt, and two, I'm using maple syrup instead of honey. So a couple of little substitutions there, but I don't think it's really gonna change the flavor that much. So we should be all good. And I'm also gonna be making like a third of the portion because I'm just having this as a snack. And I'm also making quite a few other things, so I don't need to eat as much as she made. She made like a really big serving in the video. And I'm also gonna use my little scale just so I can measure out what I'm doing, and I can put it in the description box below if you want to try it out. So we're going to start off with about 50 grams of coconut milk yogurt. I'm going to go in with about 15 grams of peanut butter, I would say. Alright, that's about 15 grams of peanut butter. Then we need just a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of vanilla extract, and a little bit of maple syrup to just give it a little bit of a sweet note. So stir that all together. And then she served this with some apple slices. So I'm also going to slice up an apple and enjoy this peanut butter dip with some apple slices. But I might just give you a quick taste test on its own before I get the apple out. It's looking good. Looks very caramelly and delicious. So let's give it a go. That is so good. All right, I'm gonna slice up this apple and enjoy that, but honestly, that's a 10 out of 10, like super sweet. Okay, those are the little roll-up things that are ready. So you can be quiet. But yeah, no, I highly recommend this. Like, I can it's so creamy and like sweet, peanut buttery. Definitely 10 out of 10 for this. Like, 100% try this out if you like peanut butter. It's so good. Alright, I'm gonna peel this. BRB. Alright, I have my apple slices now, and I'll just give you another taste test with the apple, but I mean, I think we already know this is a 10 out of 10, but just to fully recreate the TikTok. It just goes so well. 10 out of 10. All right, we're gonna get these roll-ups out. Super excited to give them a go. Oh, it didn't melt. Let's try and break this one open. Oh, that melted. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, we'll taste test them. All right, so you would have seen in the close-up that the pizza one hasn't fully melted. So I'm gonna try one half and put the other half back in the air fryer, just to give it a little more time. But I'll try it anyway like this because it is nice and crispy. I'd give this like a 6 out of 10 because it hasn't melted yet. But obviously I used vegan cheese, which is different to the cheese that they would have used in the video. So I will let it cook for a bit longer, and I reckon it will get like probably a 7 out of 10. It's not groundbreaking, but it is fun to have it like in a roll-up form. Like it's more crunchy, and yeah, it's kind of more fun than just having like a toasted cheese sandwich. So definitely recommend trying this out. But if you are using vegan cheese, just maybe cook it for a bit longer. Alright, so now onto the chocolate peanut butter roll-up. This one has melted and it looks really good. I'm really excited to try it. So let's give it a go. Look at that gooey, chocolatey ooze. Oh my gosh. So good. So good. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but like it literally oozes out the chocolate. Oh my gosh, it's dripping. Ah. So like 10 out of 10. Wow. You know what it's like? It's almost like a homemade croissant, like a homemade chocolate croissant with peanut butter. It is so, so good. Honestly, I would say that's actually a 12 out of 10. Like, that is the best thing. It's better than the peanut butter yogurt dip thing. Like, that is so good because it's like crunchy, nutty, chocolatey, like, oh, that is so good. Okay, my cheese roll up has had another 2 minutes in there. So I think I'm just gonna grab it out now. And if it's not done, it's not done, but you'll get the gist of it. It has melted a little bit, but this cheese that I'm using doesn't melt that much, so it's probably my fault with the cheese, but it's still yummy. This gets like a 6 or 7 out of 10. Like, it's yummy and it's a great little snack, but it's just not like groundbreaking. If you did have like oozy, gooey cheese melting that like pulled apart, that would make it like an 8 out of 10. So, you know, there's that. But oh, the chocolate peanut butter one is like next level good. It's so, so good. All right, I'm gonna sit and enjoy these snacks, and I'll see you guys later when I make another TikTok snack. Onto the final recipe that I am testing today, these delicious Korean vegetable pancakes by the creator London Bruncher. These just looked so appetizing, and I love pancakes, and I just thought I would love savory pancakes as well, so I really wanted to give them a go. As you'll see shortly, I didn't have a couple of the ingredients, so I kind of just went with what I had, and they ended up working out pretty well, as you will see shortly. So we're starting off with the flour, some baking powder, some turmeric, as well as some water and some salt. And then we stir that all up. I end up using a whisk to just get it really, really well combined. Then I'm adding in all my fresh vegetables. I've got carrot, I've got some zucchini, as well as some spring onion. In her recipe, she did use cabbage, but I didn't have any available to me, so I didn't end up going with that, but still worked out really well. Now I'm just putting some oil onto a hot pan, and then it's time to fry it up. I was actually really, really skeptical at this point to see if it would actually cook through and if I could even flip it, but surprisingly I could flip it reasonably well. I did use a fair amount of oil, and I made sure that I left it for quite a while because mine wasn't browning up as much as hers was, but I think I might have got the kind of pancake batter to veggie ratio slightly off because I did make only a third of the recipe. But anyway, it still turned out well, and it's nice and crispy and crunchy and cooked through, which is great. That is so good. I'm actually really pleasantly surprised. I didn't think the vegetables would cook all the way through, being that they were like, I mean, I cut them kind of finely, but they were still quite thick for vegetables to cook in a pan, so they've actually cooked perfectly, and they're so, so good. Wow. I think I'm gonna give this recipe a 9 out of 10. It is really, really, really good. The only thing is that I definitely did have to cook it for longer than what the recipe said. So the recipe said like 4 minutes on one side and then 2 to 3 minutes on the other side, but it was definitely like more like 6 minutes on each side. So it would take a bit longer, especially if you're making multiple of these. And I used a third of the recipe, and it's made 2 really big pancakes. So it makes more than it says, and it takes a bit longer, but it tastes incredible. Need to get them up now. All right, well, literally every single recipe I've made today has gone really well, so loving these TikTok recipes. Let me know if you want to see another video like this, because it is really fun to try out new recipes and to experiment with different things that I don't usually cook. So let me know if you want to see another video like this, or if you have any other video recommendations. And if you are new here, it would mean the world to me if you could hit that subscribe button down below. And also give this video a thumbs up, because it really helps more people to see my channel, which is amazing, and I really, really appreciate the support. So with all that said, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!